Well, as the sun rises on day 1628, I think it's about time that we say goodbye to this lovely hardcore world. You have been quite an adventure, quite a journey. So yeah, with the new version of Minecraft 1.21 coming out, I figured it would be time to start fresh, start clean. We've survived over 1,000 days, over 1,500 days in this hardcore world, and I think I've proved to myself that I can do it. I can survive hardcore worlds. I mean, of course, once you start getting totems, it changes everything. There's no really longer that fear of dying and losing your world, but I figured, you know what, it was still fun and it was still quite an adventure. So I figured we would take a little trip around, kind of check out some of the things that I have built and other things on this wonderful world. But before we do that, there are going to be a few things that you might notice that have been changed since the last video. But we'll catch those. So right here, this wonderful beacon is spawn. Everything I built was pretty much around the spawn area, and it was right next to the village, so it worked out pretty well. So yeah, we got a nice beacon here, just to commemorate our wonderful spawn area. If we look over here, this is where I had a lot of my little tree farms at one time. Used it now to get some warped wood. Over here in the distance, you can see our amazing... Of course it's gonna rain. Of course it's gonna rain. Really? It's my last day. But right here is our snowman with our creeper farm inside. You know, it worked out okay. It wasn't the greatest, so we did eventually go over a little bit farther away over some nice ocean area and built another wonderful creeper farm. It is pretty well spawn proofed except for creepers. So yeah, if we kind of look, oh, not that one. Look in here, we just got a bunch of creepers. And that is where I have gotten the rest of the gunpowder that I've kind of used on this world. Right in front of us, right there in this big white building, is our massive villager auto farm, more or less. There's a bunch of different levels, and all the villagers throw their food to the middle, goes up that tube, comes in here. Most of it gets turned into bone meal. As you can see, we've gotten plenty of it. We can flip the switch if we want to keep things rather than having them composted, but I kind of liked how this little bottom area turned out. It's pretty nice. Next to our wonderful food farm is this little wooden cabin, which was a very decorative build. I really liked how this one turned out as well. It had a lot of, not really a lot of useful stuff in here. Mainly, decoration is the only purpose it was for. But underneath it, we do have our tree farm. So we can take a quick peek at that. No, just kidding. Everyone knows what a tree farm looks like. Basically drops TNT. As we kind of round the corner over this way, we have our gigantic sandstone pyramid. Not sure why I wanted to make something super huge, especially this big. It did take a while, but it did turn out really good. I like it. Inside of it, we do, of course, have our amazing custom village that we built. Every one of these buildings was done by hand, along with some of our little stars twinkling in the sky. We got camels. Lots and lots of camels. I don't even know how many we have in here. I think it was like 50. Yeah, 50 sounds right. Check one of the previous videos. A little cactus farm over in the corner. Didn't really use it for much other than, you know, breeding up the camels. And then we have our nether portal, which is how we got our camels and our villagers. There's a few villagers in here. Yeah, that was quite an adventure, as everyone knows, working with villagers. Yeah, it's something else. Over this way a little bit farther, we have our wonderful subscriber pitcher pot plant, something like that. Our subscriber area where I planted a flower for every one of my subscribers. I have not updated it in a little while, so this is not enough flowers, but for those that have subscribed and I haven't planted a flower for you, I am sorry. But I do appreciate you. I appreciate every one of my subscribers. I appreciate everyone who watches my videos, comments on them, likes them. Now, if only we could get our sniffers to stay inside. Where is our resident keeper? Where are you hiding? We have a donkey in here. The donkey was given a special name. Oh, there he is. Yeah, you're way over here hiding. What are you doing? What are you doing, Earth Twister? All the sniffers are escaping. You know how many times I've had to, like, bring sniffers back in this area? But anyways, this is our wonderful sniffer sanctuary. They are dropping seeds and stuff all over the place. I love the sniffers. I think they're a cool mob to add, totally something different. And the fact that they, you know, they came with new plants. I liked them. I like their animations, their little sniffy noses. Yeah, sniffy sniff. All right. Next to our sniffer sanctuary, we have another little custom village area. A whole bunch of houses and villagers, and apparently a bunch of iron golems that are hanging out here as well. This was another fun project I did. Took quite a few hours to kind of lay things out and build everything up, and what are you doing in here? Sorry, just trying to show people around. Inside each of the houses there's not much for decorations other than beds and some workstations, but definitely had fun building this. And if we kind of cut around the corner here, I need to check. There's one guy that he's still hiding there. This guy has been hiding here for I don't know how long. I'm not sure what he's doing. Like, come on out. Yeah, come on out. Join the rest of everyone else. But up this way we had a nice little like market stall area. All of our wonderful villagers that are trading stuff. I didn't actually use them. You look like you're beat up. You could use a little bit of TLC. But our little villager market, I thought it would be nice just to add it kind of as part of that village build. But now if we head back up, if we can get up the steps here, back up this way, our next little thing that we'll check out is our wonderful wool farm. We got the colors of the banners on top that represent what color the sheep are. And this has been going for quite a while. There is definitely a lot of wool that's down in our storage area. Again, it's another thing that I set up. I used it for a little bit, but definitely not as much as the wool I thought I would need. But you know what? That's okay. I don't mind it. What do we have next to look at? Let's check out our sugarcane, and I think there's bamboo on the top now. I've switched around what's in here a few times, but it's just a nice little farm. Oh, there it goes. bamboo up there, sugarcane here. Yeah, everything's it's full for the most part. Lots of stuff in here. But this was definitely a good way for making sugarcane to get paper. And the day's done already. Have we survived another day? Well, look at that. Another wonderful day. Yeah. Oh, I do have fireworks. I set this up because I wanted to see if I could use fireworks to take out phantoms, but yeah, it's really hard to time it, but if we just shoot up a whole bunch of fireworks, oh, well, that last one didn't really work. What's this one? Oh, another red one. Wonderful fireworks. In this building was our nice circle storage area. Lots and lots of storage. I didn't even use all of it. Like, there's definitely a lot of empty chests in here. We got a lot of heads that we've collected. We got lots and lots of iron. Lots of emeralds. I did use some. I definitely used a lot for trading as well. But yeah, and then we got a little bit of a map for the Woodland Explorer, or the Woodland Mansion. We went there once. I think it was just to get armor trims. Yeah, we got our few little armor outfits in the corner. We got a whole bunch of, look at that, name tags and a whole bunch of empty shulkers. We got tons and, or not tons and tons, but tons of rockets. We got more in here too. Like, we got lots of stuff. Definitely I am one that will collect things, and like, I'll save stone. I'll save cobblestone. I don't use as much as I keep, but yeah, it's nice to have a big giant storage to house all that stuff. Down around the corner here we have our entrance to our villager trading, I don't know what you want to call this, like crevice, cave. But yeah, so this is where we trade all of our iron for our emeralds. As you can see, I got 93 levels because I wanted to finish this off before I said goodbye to this world. So we definitely had to add a few more things. I think down around here, we added a bunch of our armorers and our butchers. We put in a little bridge. We got some of our shepherds over here. And then, of course, we have our clerics, which gave us a lot of our redstone. Our mason guys, which gave us, I think, bricks. I think bricks is the main thing I got from these guys over here. And then if we head on down a level, of course, we have all our librarians with all the wonderful enchanted books that we could use. These guys have been here for a long time. This one, he's my favorite. Mending, always on all your stuff. But then we added our wonderful cartographers. I don't think I actually traded a single thing with these guys. Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't. Yeah, I just moved them here. Like I said, I wanted to get a whole bunch of the rest of the workstations in here. Our fishermen, we got all to, except for that one. And that one, most of them are masters. That's a lot of trading. You know, when you get to the point where you got to trade salmon, like, it takes a while to get a lot of that salmon. We got our leather workers, and then around here in the corners, we have our weaponsmith. And then further down, we actually did have, you can see maybe, right there you can kind of see a little bit. We had a little villager breeder set up there, just so we could get enough villagers to finish off this area. But another thing that I find very comical is, we can break this fence post real quick. Down around in this corner, for some reason, look at if we go into Freecam, No, that's not Freecam. There's Freecam. I almost forgot what button. I mean, look at, we have all these iron golems that just like decided to go in the water and then just hang out here. Not really sure what they're doing. I don't know if they know what they're doing. I think they're trying to come and help the villagers. Because we do have our wonderful friend over here. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Okay. Who helped us get our trades down for some of our villagers. So I don't know if the iron golems are seeing sensing this guy and kind of freaking out or what, but next what we'll check out is our wonderful gigantic starter house. This is where we first kind of built our first home that wasn't basically stealing. Where is zombie pigman? It might be. Wasn't from just stealing a house from the existing village, but down here was our initial storage. As you can see, we got deep slate and stone, ores, plants. I think all these are for the most part empty. Some of them got some random bits and bobs. Oh, look at that. A fish head. Nice. And yeah, just some more random things. Because we took it all, and when we moved out over into there, we got a whole bunch of like leftover food and some coal. Oh, even more iron. But yeah, we got our nice music discs. Cats. To play for the cats. We'll throw that in there. We don't need that plan. And then up top is where this guy has determined to make his home. I'm not sure this is actually mine, but here's our enchanting setup that we've used, and looks like we've used all our anvils. We had a stack of anvils there. A few extra random books and our lapis. And look at this, even more totems. Some emeralds, buried treasure maps, some of our first tools that we've used. But yeah, a nice little starter house, plenty of room. Thank you for protecting our village. This is a great thank you present from all the villagers here. Just more totems than I even needed. Yeah, it's like once you get them, then it's no longer hardcore. Down this way, we go into our mines, but not before we have a little bit of a mini, not a mini super smelter, mini smelter. We'll go with that. We had a bunch of bamboo in there cooking up some kelp. But we also have our little lava farm on this side, just so we can smelt up a bunch of stuff. I don't think there's really much of anything down there worthwhile. Let's take a quick peek and just see. I don't think I did too much other than just basically dig out a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, like there's a whole bunch of rooms dug out and strip mines dug out. A whole bunch of barrels with some random blocks in. This little section actually turned out to be a slime spawn chunk. So that's where I've kind of been getting a lot of my slimes from. And then down here, it just goes all the way down to basically diamond level. That's where I did all my diamond mining. Needed a lot of diamonds for all the armor that we'll check out in a little bit, but around the corner, we have our initial little farm area that we've kind of planted different things in there. Our first little sugarcane farm, a nice little flower walkway to come back up to spawn. And then we got the wonderful chunko tree. There are still a few chickens up there. We sent a few of them in there. A few. Up in the top. Some have floating down, some have not. But it's actually a, you can see there's bees. So it's a honeycomb and honey bottle farm. But I mean, once you get a few, you just don't need that stuff much. We didn't really build a lot of massive redstone contraptions that I needed honey blocks for. So yeah, I mean, if we head down here, we can look at our storage for it, but like honeycomb blocks, honey blocks, shulkers full of it, chests full of it. And then if we head down a little bit farther, this is our little sniffer farm. This is where these guys just kind of walk around, sniff out some of the new flowers. Oh, he's gonna get one right now. And then the other guy steps on his head. Nice, right on camera. But it all gets collected in here. We got a bunch more sniffer eggs. And yeah, we got barrels of just pitcher pots and torch flower seeds. So much stuff. I guess I have been on this world for about 1.5 years now. So I guess over time you do collect a lot. Right, guys? Right? Fine. I guess I won't collect as much next time. This wonderful spot right here, I don't think we want to go into it. Somehow we got a bunch of zombies holding stuff, and there's actually a little path. This was our oh, he went down and he came back up. This was our first house. This is the one we took over. We built a little mine shaft down so we could mine during the night, and apparently zombies just found stuff to hold and come up, and so we had to block it off because we didn't want anybody in there. It is not safe in there. What do you think? He says no. That's a big head shake. This is one of the more recent kind of builds, just to kind of make our... What are you doing in here? These iron golems, they're all over. Just one of our builds just to kind of add to our little village we had here. Some nice little storage and underground area. We got some of our nice pottery shards and other pots. A little area for some cows. Our first kind of sheep farm where we manually were to shear the sheep. Yeah, we can, oh, is there a fence? We'll just shear you guys one last time. Memories, I tell ya, lots and lots of memories on this world. But yeah, sheep farm. Up the hill we go to our wonderful brewing tower. Way up at the top is where we brew up all of our potions. Don't use too many, but we got 3 little brewing stands set up. We got our infinite water, our netherwort farm. Yeah, that's where we grow our netherwort. Some storage for some brewing ingredients and other fun things like that. We got another little house that is just meant for villagers. Nothing but beds in here. Place for them to sleep. I don't know if anyone even uses it though. Might be too far away from them. But if we keep circling around, we got a chicken egg. Down here is a few other things. This was supposed to be a bigger super smelter powered by bamboo. I don't know if I used it once. Oh, maybe 3 times. I don't know why I built it. I thought I would use it for cooking up a lot of stuff. But yeah, never really did. It's just supposed to go back and forth, drop things off. Yeah. Sometimes I build things and then completely forget about it. Over here we got a nice little aquarium with some fishies. Oh, that was kind of fun to build. And over here, we just kind of blocked off with a bunch of glass. This is where we tend to get most of our glow squid inks. Have anybody in here? I don't see any glow squid at the moment, but it was dark enough that we would have some glow squid in there. And oh, I forgot, up on top, our dripstone farm. It's oh yeah, it's making a lot of dripstone. Let's go a bit, check it out. So yeah, I mean, it's a dripstone farm. We got our mud blocks on the bottom, which will allow our, oh, we got hoppers in there. Yeah, the hoppers can pick them up, and yeah, it just all gets transported down into these chests. Behind the scenes, we have a little bit of a bone meal, not farm, but crop farm. They put bone meal in here, and it just, as you can see, there must be, oh, there it is. Just grows plants really fast. Over here, same thing. Basically it just grows bamboo really fast. Because at one point I needed a lot of bamboo. It was for the panda sanctuary. So I built this little tiny farm, but then just ended up building a lot bigger bamboo farm. 2 layers, 2 sides, just a lot of bamboo. This thing kicks out so much. I don't even, like, I'm pretty sure all these things are full. Yeah, every single one of these chests is just full of bamboo. More than I needed. Way more than I needed. Right, let's head back up top. And wait, was that a zombie up there? Oh yeah. Must not have lit up everything that well. Up the nice bubble column. We come back around up top. We have another wonderful little build that we made for the villagers, for a place for them to sleep. But these, at least, it decorated a lot better. A lot better decoration. Same with this build right here. This one I really liked. It's kind of like 2 buildings connected with a crosswalk, but we at least decorated this one. We got some nice stuff up top with some more beds and this nice little covered walkway over to the other side, and a few more beds to make the villagers happy. Some decorations in the middle and on the sides. Over here we got our little pond. We got some froggies hopping around. These guys love the water, right? Yeah, they like trees too, apparently. Those must be the tree frogs, I think. And these guys up here, like, I think there are 3 or 4 of them. Almost all the time they are just sitting right there. Not sure, like, they do come down, I believe, like, somewhat, but majority of the time that's where they hang out. We got a nice little camp setup area here where you guys can just kind of relax and have some soup. Oh yeah, everybody likes soup. I think this is like one of the last untouched buildings. I think, other than throwing a bunch of beds in here, I don't think I did anything to this building. I think this is probably the last of the original buildings in the village. Right next to it is the wonderful and amazing trim building for viewers stuff. Yeah, basically I went and collected every single armor trim, got netherite armor for all the all the armor. So everything's netherite, like lots of mining, lots of TNT. And then put it out with the video. And anybody that wanted to comment could. And you got your name on a wonderful piece of armor trim. And it looks like we have two. We actually have two, the host and the rib that never got claimed. But you know, that's okay. It was a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of work trying to collect all the diamonds so we could duplicate trims, and then of course all the netherite so we could upgrade it. But I really like how things turned out. I liked how we were able to collect all the trim when that first came out, and the building itself turned out pretty cool. I definitely kind of like the look of it. Like, it's totally different than the rest of the buildings in our village here. And then this is probably the last building that I actually, of the original village that I touched. So it was just this little area, but we added to it the little pond underneath, the little covered walk, or not covered, but the little walkway in between the two, just for these two wonderful villagers. You are my lovely unbreaking guy, and you must have been just traded with sticks, is that right? He doesn't want to remember that time. One of the last things I did in between the last video and this one, because we've kind of taken a little break, is nice, fun little aquarium. In this one, we have some turtles and some frogs that like to swim around. Oh, they're having lots of fun. In here, we have a bunch of axolotls. Apparently, they're all just trying to stick their head through stone. And on this side, we have our tropical fish. They definitely act weird. Like, when I was building this, and I only had, I think, 2 or 3 levels of glass, the fish would swim around. Same with the axolotls, like, all the time. But as soon as I put the rest of the glass in, they basically stop. Like, I might have 2 or 3 fish that swim, but the rest are just frozen. They don't do anything. Kind of a boring aquarium when nothing moves. Like, I mean, look at this guy. He just sits there. The little brown one, he's just sticking his head in the stone. At least our frogs move. Yeah, and the turtles. Well, all right, I'm done. In here we got a little bit of what I guess you could call, like, you know, kelp farm. That way we can feed our turtles. Turtles eat kelp? I think so. But yeah, just a bunch of little decorations, just some kind of last minute things I built in here. Right above that is our nice little horse stable. So we had a place to store some of our horses, their diamond armor, and different colored saddles on. Wait, no, must be just the horse. Anyways, kind of looked like they had different colored stuff on, saddles or armor. This wonderful building was constructed to be kind of a memories type area. First diamond, some leather armor, first iron armor, my first tools, first wooden axe ever, or not ever, but first wooden axe that I crafted on this world. First wooden pickaxe, and our first stone tools. Oh, it's been a long time since I have used you, buddy. But we also have our gigantic map room. This is a giant wheat field and a windmill that we'll check out here in a little bit. And then up top we have our village. This is where we are right now. These are all the villages and buildings that we've looked at. This is our giant pyramid. So if you look at the pyramid compared to all this other stuff, like, it's pretty big. I want to say it's, is it 101, 102 blocks on each side? I think that's what I had. But yeah, lots. It was a little bit big. And then up here we have you, which you do not belong up here, sir. Please leave. Thank you. Up here is all of our heads for display. We got our Wither skulls, our Ravager skulls, Evokers, all the heads, or not all, but most of the different heads that I've collected. Yeah, we had a lot of heads, a lot of different heads, including our dragon right there in the middle. We got a charged creeper head. It's kind of a nice little display. We got a bunch of greenery growing out of the top of the roof. But yeah, just kind of a little thing to, you know, remember all of our first items and things like that. And I think one of the last builds around here is this kind of a funky looking thing. This is another one of those, just built it basically for villagers. So they had beds, they had places to sleep, but I don't know. There used to be villagers that slept in here. I know there used to be. And the reason I know that is because every now and then I would come in here and there would be one guy that would be right here and he would just constantly jump. He couldn't figure out how to get past this one trapdoor. You just wouldn't walk around. So I know there used to be villagers that would come in here. We have our food storage, golden carrots from all the trading, lots and lots of golden carrots. Is that it? Is that all that's around here? I think so. The wonderful iron farm. And, oh yeah, still active. Basically, being in spawn chunks, this thing just always ran. That's why I was able to trade so much with the villagers, because trade the iron for emeralds and then emeralds for all the other good stuff. So these guys, they're all over the place. And you're gonna say, well, of course they're all over the place. There's villagers all over, and when you have lots of villagers in beds, you're gonna have iron golems. Well, that's the thing. Like, there's more iron golems than you see. So there's the few over there. There's one guy, you know, leashed up right here. But if we just take a little peek underground, look around. Where am I looking? Okay. Oh, there they are. See that dark spot? That's, I keep pressing the wrong button. There's an iron golem. There's an iron golem. There's an iron golem. There's an iron golem. Like, I had so many just leashed up all over the place. And I just started hiding them in the ground. That way they weren't up top, but they would prevent more iron golems, because there could only be so many in one certain area. But apparently I just didn't have enough that that there would be no more that would spawn. So if we head right over here real quick, we can take a look at our amazing giant wheat farm and a windmill. Basically, I needed mud bricks, for our panda sanctuary. So I just made a big, gigantic wheat farm that we could let grow and collect a ton of wheat real fast. And it did. It sure helped. Now it is time to venture into the other dimensions. I'm actually kind of surprised. I never did get around to making any sort of nether base or like massive that's weird. Nether base or massive, like, you know, way to travel. Like, we have one ice road that takes us down there when we wanted to get some pandas and some of the new armor trims when we had to find unexplored areas for some sunken ships. This train track, rail track, leads us over to where we've captured a bunch of villagers. Made a bit of a roller coaster for them. This pink path will lead us to our froglight farm. This leads us to our sandstone pyramid. And then where does this lead to? This is, that leads to the ghast farm. This leads to our ancient city. Basically we cleared everything out and we brought over a whole bunch of pandas. It's basically a panda sanctuary now. So I cleaned up pretty much all the skulk that was on the floor. Replaced it with mud and mud bricks. Replaced a lot of the structure with bamboo. And just kind of lit up a good chunk of the place. So yeah, this was quite an adventure as well. You know, going around taking out all of the shriekers, having a handful of wardens that we had to hide from, but I'm pretty sure like all this stuff, yeah, it's all cleared out. But it was definitely another one of those big, huge, gigantic projects. I rub your belly. I rub your belly. I rub your belly. Oh, he loves it. One of those big, gigantic, there's so many on their backs. They all want their belly rubs. Rub, 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 rub. Another one of those big, gigantic projects that like took a really long time, you know, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. If we head back to the nether, we can... What is next? I don't think is there anything that I'm missing? I'll have to take a moment and think. You know, we don't need to look at the ghast farm. Everyone probably knows what a ghast farm looks like. If you ever want to look and see anything more in detail, you know, check out the playlist. I'm sure I'll try to remember to put it on the screen. You can check out pretty much all the builds have some sort of video with them. And what else? I think that's kind of it. Like, this definitely was a few farms here and there. A lot of fun building some bigger projects. You know, trying to build up an entire village area from nothing. An entire desert village and giant pyramid. You know, a lot of flying around, collecting materials. You know, we don't set up big, massive, giant farms. Like, I don't have a sand duper. Oh, that's it. We got to go check out. I was about to say I don't have a big, giant sand duper in our end portal, but that's one thing we need to go check out. The end. So if we head right, get out of here, rotten flesh. Right over here, we can get off the nether roof our, our wither killer, that we don't have to touch the wither, basically splash potions of instant health will kill the wither. So you craft him here. He gets kind of stuck in the bedrock. You press the button right here and plop, 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 plop. Splash potions of health. Take him out. That was a video. I know that was a video. It was one of those odd challenges of, can you kill the wither without touching it? And you definitely can. So this is the nether. As you can see, no big nether base, no nether hub. The best thing for travel is this little ice road here. What are you doing? You get away from me. Leave me alone. I'm not here to deal with you guys. But this road will definitely take us to the end portal. Now the end was another one of those great big projects. It had a special meeting though. And you will see once we get there. Now, it doesn't look like much from here. But if I fly up, I don't actually, yeah, let's just fly up. So basically we killed the Ender Dragon 20 times. We unlocked all the portals to the outer islands. And then I made a giant birthday cake. It was around the time of my daughter's birthday, and she loves playing Minecraft. I mean, who doesn't? And so I figured, you know, a giant birthday cake on the end island would be a fun project. So that's what I did. And if we head inside, there's actually a fun little birthday party with Endermen who are eating cake, and there's presents and another cake and a big sign that says happy birthday. Hours and hours to like build the outside, lay all the wood, put the white concrete on top. I mean, I didn't realize how big of a project this was gonna be, but yeah, it definitely took a long time, but she enjoyed it. I was happy that she enjoyed it. She had a lot of questions about, you know, why I did it. You know, it was her birthday. Why wouldn't I make a big giant cake on the end island, right? So yeah, I think that's probably gonna wrap it up. What day are we on now? 1,630. I think, you know, some people have a lot more that they build in their hardcore worlds. I took it slow. I enjoyed it. I look back now and yeah, it does look a little small, but you know, I enjoyed pretty much every moment of it. Everything from time-consuming massive builds, having to restock the villagers in this building because instead of end rods, I use lightning rods, and when lightning rods strike, they turn your villagers into witches. You know, things I didn't know at the time, but definitely lots and lots of fun. The rain is perfect timing now. And why do I say that? Well, because when it rains, you can't see me crying. You can't see me sad that I'm saying goodbye to this world. I mean, I can still hop on if I wanted to. I'm not dead. I can play if I want. But I think it's time to start a new world. I think it's time to play 1.21. Take on the trial chambers. Find some wolves. Get some wolf armor. Have some fun with that. Probably not hardcore because I don't know how many phantoms I've killed. I could probably check it out. It's more than I'd like to admit. And I haven't slept once. I've gone 1,630 days without sleeping once. That's a long time. I definitely could probably be on a lot higher day count if, you know, every night I slept it away. Didn't deal with the phantoms with trying to build things up in the air. As you can see, yep, and they're back. I heard you. I did plan for this. There are cats all over the world. That'll scare them away. But yeah, I think, what do we have in here? We got plenty of rockets. So I think I'm gonna launch all these rockets. Say goodnight. Say goodbye. Go start a new world in a new version of Minecraft. Have some fun. Probably just launch them all, right? Yeah, just launch them all. Goodbye, world. Goodbye, hardcore. You started with 1.19, you ended with 1.20. Now it's time to go play in a fresh new world.